This next exercise is going to be another example of application of GridPane. Okay, so something really simple. I'm starting here with my template file, so I'm going to rename it immediately. So our objective is going to be to use actually the images of playing cards that are also part of the textbook exercise set, and we are going to display them in a grid that is 6 by 9. Okay, so we are going to obviously use a GridPane for that, so I can start already modifying this part here. GridPane and GridPane. And we are going to actually load those pictures, put them into an image view, and then add them to our GridPane. So that means we're going to also need an image view somewhere. So I'm going to import here what I need. Image view. All right. So the key of the work here, the crux of the work is going to be done here. I'm going to set a dimension that's going to be a little larger than the default for my pane here, and then I'm going to get started. So I want to do a 6 by 9 display. All right, so I'm going to have to do nested loops. Okay, just like anytime I iterate over a matrix or something like that, a two-dimensional structure, I need two nested loops. So let's start with I going from 0 to 5. Okay, I plus plus. And then I'm going to do my inner loop, which is going to use index j equals 0 to 8, included j plus plus. All right, so I have my structure. What I want to do here is I want to add to my pane a new image view. So I'm going to create it on the fly, new image view. Okay. The way I'm going to create the image view is by specifying here the path where to find the picture. Okay. So in my case, I just downloaded the card.zip from the textbook website and packed it in the folder I'm going to run this Java file itself. So I know that my path is going to start by saying, okay, the file you're looking for is in the subfolder card. All right, and then I'm going to have to add something here to make up the name of the card. So we're going to talk about that in 1 second. Next thing I need to do, I need to tell the add method from the GridPane class where I want to put that specific image, that specific image view object in my grid. So I use the coordinate j and I to do so. So let's go back to the card name. The cards in our folder are going to be named 1.png, 2.png, 3.png, and so on and so forth. Okay, so I know already that the file name is going to end in png. Not too difficult to figure out so far, but then I need to increment the number. So I have two counters going on for me here, I and j. So I'm going to use them to pretty much determine the number of the card. Okay, so I could say, for example, I'm going to multiply I by 6, and I'm going to add j plus 1. And that would convert, you know, my coordinates I and j into a number that goes between 1 and 52. There's another way I can do this. I can say here int n for number, and I start at 1. Okay, and every time I want a card here, I'm going to concatenate to the name of the card, you know, the number, the current number that I have, and then I'm going to increment that number, and that should be even easier. So you know, I don't want to override this, so I'm going to save my template with a different name, solitaire.java. Okay, and I'm going to compile. Let's see if we are missing import statement. Nope. Let's run this to see how far we are from the goal, and we are already pretty close there. Actually, we are there. The only thing I could add, if to finish it up, to make it a little nicer, is to compute the exact size that I need here, or as we are going to learn to do later on, you know, to automatically size the window to the size of the content, and then make it so that it resizes automatically. So these are like for later exercises. okay? But right now I am able to display actually my full deck of cards using the GridPane. So again, to go back to what we did with previous exercise, we could alternate between using the GridPane and using actually just coordinates, okay? Placing our image object at specific coordinate is just simpler when you have something that's going to be laid out as a grid to use a GridPane, okay? It's meant for that. It's going to allow you to very easily rearrange things if you have to. So we went for the easy approach from the get-go with this one.